Hello, everybody. This is John Ryman from Oakland Socialist again. I'm working on an article that shows how Putin has pulled into his orbit large sectors of the socialist left. There, they have joined the far right, including nationalists, racists, homophobes, male supremacists, and even outright fascists. This article is pretty long, so what I want to do is release a series of shorter video slideshows like this one in order to raise the main points. So let's start with some history, because what Putin is doing does have some historical precedents, going all the way back to a Nazi leader named Gregor Strasser. Now I want to emphasize from the start that there are important differences between this historical precedent, Strasserism, and what Putin has done. No two events in history are exactly the same after all. But there are also enough similarities to make a knowledge of Strasser or Strasserism important. Strasser used anti-capitalist rhetoric and gave speeches with comments like this one. Quote, "We National Socialists want the economic revolution involving the nationalization of the economy. We want, in place of an exploitative capitalist economic system, a real socialism, maintained not by a soulless Jewish materialist outlook, but by the believing, sacrificial, and unselfish old German community sentiment, community purpose, and economic feeling. We want the social revolution in order to bring about the national revolution." Strasser played a big role in the building of the Nazi Party. Hitler's infamous Joseph Goebbels got his start as Strasser's lieutenant, and for a time Strasser's wing of the Nazis published their own newspaper. In other words, he was not some isolated individual, and Strasser actually began to be seen as a rival to Hitler within the party. That he and many of his followers were assassinated by Hitler in the 1934 Night of the Long Knives is simply a reminder of the deadly consequences of the, quote, left playing with fascism, both then and today. Strasser's brand of fascism, with anti-capitalist rhetoric, came to be known as Strasserism, and it is not unique in history. In fact, we are seeing something similar today, although with a different alignment of forces. Today, it is called the Red for Communists and Brown for the Nazi Brown Shirts Alliance, the Red-Brown Alliance. But that is not entirely accurate. That implies an alliance of equal but distinct forces. That is not exactly what is happening today. Instead, layers of the left, including the socialist left, are being lured into the far right, including the fascist right. They are falling under the influence, and in some cases the control, of the far right. That far right largely orbits around the fascist-connected Putin regime. We take a break here to enable you to read this caption. And also around the Xi regime of China. Both are imperialist powers who are locked in a rivalry with the U.S. imperialism. If the 1920s version of this left cover for fascism could be called Strasserism, then today's version of a similar, although not exactly the same development, can be called Putinism. Right now, Israel is in process of wiping Gaza off the map, and Russia is trying to do the same in Ukraine. It is not possible to effectively organize to oppose these genocidal wars without international working-class solidarity, and for that, we have to have a deeper understanding of what is at work beneath the surface. Stay tuned for videos that will follow up on this one, and look for the full-length article on this subject on my blog site, oaklandsocialist.com.